Hmm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about the fact that the Las Vegas Aces, despite having 4 Olympians and the unanimous MVP, were eliminated 3-1 by the New York Liberty. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do. We just went over 5,000 subscribers. We want to thank everybody for their support. We did it pretty quickly, just since April, and we're going for 6,000. I guess that's our next goal.
Keep it going.
We could use your help if you haven't subscribed yet. So, Rob, I think this was not a big surprise. Everybody thought the New York Liberty was favored. A few people predicted the Aces to win, like Michael Wilbon on ESPN. Pardon the interruptions. But I think most people thought the Liberty were going to win. The Aces were not playing as well as they did the year before, despite having 4 Olympians and the unanimous MVP, who was supposedly the best player in the world by a large margin, or she should have had it, according to the way they say it anyways. I don't think she is, because otherwise she would have won like the last 5 MVPs. But they couldn't get by the New York Liberty, Rob, and they lost 3-1. It was a pretty convincing win, I think.
Yeah, they thought they had it figured out the other night when they were giving her the Caitlin Clark effect on Sabrina, but they figured it out, which I knew they would, and Sabrina ended up scoring 22 points. So much for that. But yeah, you got the 4 Olympians, and they still couldn't do it.
It makes me wonder, Rob, whether they actually had the 12 best players on the Olympic team.
Ponder that. Yeah, ponder that for a while.
Or whether A'ja Wilson is really as dominant as the league and her fans want us to believe. I'm not saying she's not the best player in the league. She's not as dominant as they want to make us believe, Rob, in my opinion. Right. Let's put it that way. Yeah, she might be the best player right now. I don't think she will be for long. I think Caitlin Clark is going to surpass her at some point, but we'll see what happens next year. But 4 Olympians.
Well, I mean, it's already thought, because Kelsey Plum is a free agent, that she might not be on the team next year. So
we'll see. We'll see if the Fever can attract some free agents, Rob.
I'm sure they're going to, Mark. They definitely are. I mean, people. I mean, like I said, if I was a player in the league, I'd love to play with Caitlin Clark and win a championship. That'd be really cool.
And Chelsea Gray didn't play that well. She still hobbled, Rob, and she should have never come back. She only came back to be on the Olympic team and try to help her team. I think she came back too early. Otherwise, she'd be more mobile than she is right now, Rob.
Yeah, she didn't have a good game either. I think she only had 7 points and 4 assists. So, yeah she didn't really play that well this game.
I just don't think she should have been on the Olympic team. I don't think she was healthy enough to be on the Olympic team. They just kept her on because she wanted to be on, and she's part of the club. And Caitlin Clark was not, and that's the only reason she was on instead of Caitlin Clark. And the league should have done what they did in the NBA. They should have done what they did in the NBA when they found out that Kawhi Leonard's injury was too serious for him not to be in the Olympic team. They replaced him. It makes sense. That's what they should have done with Chelsea Gray, or not placed her on the team and waited a few weeks to see if she was good enough. She was just coming back from the injuries, and when she figured out she wasn't, they should have stuck Caitlin Clark on the team. But it was obvious she shouldn't have been on the team. And, I'm not sure they have the 12 best players. I'm sure they didn't have the best 12 players, because Caitlin Clark was better than Chelsea Gray and Diana Taurasi at that time, and as good as other players on the team.
Right.
And they didn't put her on the team. But, all I can say is 4 Olympians, and they lost 3-1 in the semis. So they were fourth place during the year.
So what is that? Yeah. So what does that point out to the WNBA as far as being the so-called, great athletes? I mean, if you got 4 Olympians, if you had 4 in the NBA, if you had 4 Olympians on your team, I think you might win a championship.
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't anoint someone for MVP in the week 1, make them earn it throughout the year, which she did. But still, that wasn't really the point. You got to do it. I'm already voting for Caitlin Clark next year for MVP because they told me what the rules are. So I'm going to vote for her right now for MVP, if that's okay with everybody else. But the New York Liberty, they look good, and we're still waiting to find out who they play, because last night the Suns beat the Lynx, so it's 2-2 there. So they have to play again on Tuesday, and then the finals start on Thursday. That's my understanding. Right. So we'll find out. Who do you think, Rob? You think the Lynx are going to win?
They're playing at home, so I think the Lynx are going to win.
The Lynx are going to win that series?
Yeah.
Okay, Rob. And then I agree. We both predicted Lynx to win before the series started. I think they're very well coached, even though I don't like the coach. Yeah. They got a nice balanced team. What about the finals, Rob?
It's a 5-game final.
It's best of 5, and it's going to be New York Liberty is going to have the home court advantage, obviously, because they had the best record in the league.
I think it'll be 3-2 Liberty.
3-2 Liberty? Okay, yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think the New York Liberty is going to win. I think they seem motivated, and they're hungry. They lost last year in the finals. There was some trash talking supposedly going on after they lost.
Yeah,
and then I guess the Aces maybe should have done that because it motivated the Liberty this year. But I think that they've got enough to win. Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
They have a nice bench, and they have a nice starting squad, but they have a nice bench. That helps a lot.
Right. So I will be interested to see, what happens with free agencies with a lot of these players. And I have no prediction for next year because there's too many free agents available. But I think the Liberty are going to get their championship, and Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu are going to get another championship for themselves. So that'll be good for them. And next year, maybe it'll be different. Maybe the Fever will be in the hunt, and maybe they'll have a better chance. And maybe the refs will give them a couple calls to make it a little bit fairer in the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe the moon will follow the sky, Mark, and maybe
I don't have a lot of confidence that that's going to happen, Rob. But
anyways,
so let us know what you think. That Superwoman Asia Wilson could not get it done in the semifinals. Lost 3-1, even though she had 3 Olympians on her team, including the point guard. We'll see what happens. All right. Anyways, let us know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next videos. We just hit 5,000 subscribers, and want to thank all our supporters for that. And you can join us for our live show every Monday, which is tonight, 6 to 8 Eastern time, except for major holidays. You can call in for that show if you want. So that's pretty cool. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats and super thanks down below. And there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.